Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the MLE Season 11, Week 9. We have Academy League matches coming at you today for prime time. It's me and Gigabyte in the booth. For those of you who don't know me, I am Broba. And a very, very quick intro. Keegan, man, are you excited for this Academy League match?
Oh, 100%. You absolutely know I am. So, this is actually a very critical matchup for one of these two teams here. The Shadow, they are currently 21 and 24. They are just barely on that bubble area of being able to make a gun for playoffs, and we only have 2 more weeks to do it. So you can damn well bet that they are going to be trying to win this one out here. The Shadow, they are in a prime position to really set themselves up well. But the Bears, they're already locked into playoffs. They want to get ahead as much as possible, try and secure either that first or second seed and get that first round bye. So we can dang well bet that we're going to see both of these teams come out full swinging. And given the lineups that we're seeing tonight, I'm expecting to see a really hard fought game.
Yeah, with the matches we've seen earlier today, especially with that very, very unfortunate sweep of Spectre, we want to see closer matches today, but I believe we are trying to get everybody in right now, so we will get them loaded in and set to go.
Yeah, teams will be joining here, but I am really kind of looking forward to seeing how. I want to see how the Shadow are going to react to this. We know the Bears are going to come out here really, really fast and quick. However, Ray Finkel on the Shadow, I have personal experience with him, and he has grown a ton as a player over the last couple months, and I want to see him come out here and really perform very well. Gitters, obviously, MLE veteran. I can't wait to see how the Shadow are going to take this one and really try and set themselves up to make a good run for the playoffs in the last week. But we are underway here with game number 1.
Gitters, nice challenge at midfield there. He's going to have an opportunity to get the shot towards the net, and it's wide and in, and that is a goal.
What a block by Gitters. Great challenge, just dunking out Bacon as well. I keep seeing the BEA for Bears, and then the Bacon, and keep saying Beacon. So, excuse me. Bacon there as well. So double dunk by Gitters, and that gets the job done.
Once more, Shadow on the attack here as X coming from the ceiling will look for a clear. Gitters lurking at midfield, though. He's going to pop it back down into the Bears' half. Bacon controlling this as he's coming around the corner here. Ray Finkel's kind of grabbing that mid boost. He does get the challenge. He's going to go across over to, I believe, X, who's going to be taking this one from the ceiling, possibly. Looking for the 50. He does get the dunk, but I don't think he has enough quite yet to follow it. Ray Finkel looking for that clear away, but Bacon is there to try and stop it, but unfortunately loses position back to Shadows, and they're once more on the attack. Is that going to be Gitters for a second one? And it is. Shadow up by 2.
Gitters getting the job done here. 2 goals for him so far. He's been basically destroying the Bears defense all on his own. Fakes out, gives a little bit of a fake out to one of the defenders there, takes it himself off the wall. So Gitters getting the job done, and you know what I'm seeing from the Shadow so far? I'm seeing the Shadow, they are very patient. However, I'm noticing that the Bears are almost being too patient. The Shadow are plenty happy with sitting back and waiting, although a quick strike there by Bacon, and he makes me eat my words.
A big follow-up here by Bacon, a mistouch also by Ray Finkel. He just is sitting out there waiting just outside the box for the Bears to get one on the board. 4 minutes still left to go in this match. It's only been a minute gone, and we have 3 goals scored already. These guys have come in ready to play, that's for sure.
Ray Finkel off the wall, trying to get it past Bacon. Bacon gets a nice little tap on it. Neither one of the Bears is going to jump on this one. Gitters is instead going to challenge for it. X wins that, though, and Ray sends one back towards net. Gitters with the redirect almost goes in. That would have been insane, but we play on. Still 2-1 lead for the Shadow. And the Bears starting to get a little bit more action-y at midfield, a little bit less patient, a little bit more decisive on their challenges, which is something that we need to see. Gitters just let that one go for a long time too, so Bacon took advantage of it. And I'm glad to see the Bears kind of starting to come back into their own here, as the Shadow kind of shook them up a little bit in the very early game.
Yeah, those quick attacks coming out from Shadow really going to put Bear on the back foot. They've recovered a little bit. They got that goal now. They're only down by 1, and they have been getting some offensive pressure here, but still not quite yet able to get through the defense. Gitter's going to get the clear here from that side, while he actually is going to miss that touch, I think. I don't know if he touched it. It was like, if it was very, very soft because it didn't really move it too much, and X going to be missing that opportunity. Bacon a little bit too fast coming in for that one. Does manage to swing back around, though. He's got X waiting outside the box looking for the pass, but he's going to get bumped a little bit there. and Gitters actually grabs the ball and puts it away. I think Ray's going to have a shot, but it's going to be a little bit too short, and Bacon will come up for that one. It was close. I mean, he threw that one down. It looked like it could have maybe been an opportunity to get it off the back wall, but the defense stayed strong in the Bears, and they're not going to let them get anything that easily.
Well, they're kind of bunched up here. They could break very quickly if the Shadow can strike quick, but nah, it is going to be Bacon taking this one back. Gets it past Gitters. Gitters is going to go up and get a touch on this one. Bumps Bacon out of the way, too, so that he can't do anything with it. Now, Ray Finkel trying to maintain control. X is not able, or he is able to get it away from him. Ray takes it off the backboard. The Shadow defense looking good here, too. The Bears, it looks like they're not really able to break it down that easily. The Bears, I think they might need to start going for a couple of more of those solo plays. Otherwise, we might end up seeing the Shadow get a couple breakaways, but this time it's going to be X taking the shot off of a missed touch by Gitters.
You say solo play, Bacon says nah, team play, bro. Throws it up high off the backboard, forcing Gitters to try and jump for this. He could have maybe been a little bit more patient, expecting it to bounce off, and then looked for that shooter, X, who was waiting outside the box, but he chooses to go for it, forcing himself into a very awkward position, and it's going to go straight down to that waiting Bears player to put the tie up on the board. 1:45 left as X is looking for the clear here. He does win the 50. Going to be all the way downtown. X might be looking for that shot, but he's going to be a little bit too low. Gitters for the clear. Bacon stops it right before midfield as well. Goes for the shot. It's going to be saved just barely by Gitters. That was a very dangerous one, and Bears just throwing shots towards the net, forcing Shadow back against their wall. Wasted on that clock a little bit here as they're tied still 2-2.
X taking a shot. Can't get it past Gitters. Gitters gets a nice flip backwards to make sure he gets control of that. Ray Finkel, great block as well. The Bears have the Shadow on the back foot. This could be a comeback here as we are still 2-2. Bacon gonna leave that one for X, although that one might have been a little bit too long. Gitters for Reed. No way! What a juke by X!
That was nasty. Look at that. X, so much control, and he just has that little touch to put it around Ray Finkel. He goes out for that challenge in the corner and just gets his axles broken. Somebody make sure that man is okay, because I'm pretty certain that that was just the nastiest shot I've seen in a while.
Oh, Ray, oof. No, that was unfortunate. Check your axles, man. And now they're kind of bumping each other out of the way, so it looks like the Shadow might actually be starting to have a little bit of trust issues now. We're only seeing it in game one, so they might just be a little bit frazzled, trying to regain their headspace, but they gotta stay confident, they've gotta stay concentrated. They're starting to bunch up a little bit and try and take the ball away from each other. Can't be doing that, especially not in twos, when you don't have any backup. You've gotta trust each other.
Ray Finkel going to put that one off to the side. Bacon, nice wait by him. He's going to actually throw it in top corner. The defense was not quite back yet, and that's 4.
Well, that's another bad touch in that general vicinity by Ray Finkel. He's going to have to improve over there, recollect himself, kind of calm down. You don't have to get a touch right there immediately. You can control it, take it up the wall, try and just maintain some semblance of control over the ball, so that way you're not sending it back upfield to the opponents, because that's what ended up leading to that goal there. And now it's looking like the Shadow are going to lose this game. The Bears will take game one, especially if this ends up rolling in. X is able to put it off the wall, and that's going to be a 5-2 lead for the Bears and the nail in the coffin for the Shadow.
Yeah, just an unfortunate miss by Ray off that kickoff there. Bears having a really good lead. X not going to leave anything to chance. He's going to go ahead and get that one off the backboard. 13 seconds left. Game one going the way of Bears. It looked like it was going to be the Shadow at first. They were so aggressive. They had those first 2 goals very, very quickly, but the Bears stayed strong. They came back and scored 5 unanswered goals against the Shadow defense. And it wasn't without trying. Shadow played decently well in defense. It was just that the Bears were able to play around them, especially with that nasty goal that just got it around poor Ray. I think it was Ray Finkel who is back there. Got his axles broken absolutely by the Bears. But still, I mean, the stats really don't show, I feel like, the whole story, because Shadow was very aggressive at the beginning. They had so much control, but Bears just brought it back.
They really were. I feel as though that all of the aggression from the Shadow, though, came on the back of Gitters. He was really the MVP on the offense for this, and it feels like Ray just kind of faltered a little bit. So I want to see Ray come out in this second game and really show what he can do. I said at the very beginning of this broadcast, of this game, that Ray has really improved as a Rocket League player over the last couple months. He used to be on my team in a different league. I have experience with him plenty in the past, and I really want to see what he can do. And I know that he can do better than what we saw that game, so I'd have to say it was probably an off game. As for what the Shadow need to do as a team, I think they really kind of need Ray to pop off and then kind of play around that as a team. Gitters can't be doing everything alone. In twos, yeah, you have a lot more solo plays, but you've got to be able to rely on your teammates. And we saw towards the middle of that game, the Shadow, they were just not trusting each other.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I mean, I'm looking at the stats right now for Bears and Shadows, and Gitters has actually played in less games, so it kind of skews the numbers a little bit there. But he does have a higher average goals per game than Ray Finkel does. But that's not saying that Ray's bad. He's third technically, because Reckless actually has 2.4. But Reckless has only been in a couple games as well, so it skews the stats a little bit because of less games. But I think Ray could pull it off. He's shown some promise so far in this. But they just got to be a team effort overall. They gotta lock it down, work together, look for each other, and make sure they're communicating as we go into game 2. We'll see what Shadow can do. Is that Gitter is going to be trying to put that one towards net. Bacon gets the stop off the backboard. A big bump actually coming out in net. X going to get taken out by Gitters, but he is managing to come out and allow Bacon to grab that ball control downfield. He's only got one left. Ray Finkel going to get the win there on that 50, forcing X to scramble back to net. It's not going to be a good enough clear. Gitters maintaining control, but X will put it right back around him. They're going to lose it, though, at midfield. There's a passing play to Gitters, and that's going to be onto the defense and in, and that's what Shadow needed.
That's what I was hoping to see. Ray getting involved in the play in a really important manner. He does send this right over to Gitters. Gitters, that's a perfect shot. Bacon not able to read it correctly, and it ends up going past him. So the Shadow continuing the trend of the very fast and very aggressive offense off the kickoff. Now, I feel as though the longer a possession goes, as in since the last kickoff, that the play goes on, I feel as though it swings more in the Bears' side, because the Bears are very patient. They're willing to wait on it and kind of hold up on defense if they need to. And that's just not how the Shadows are playing their game. The Shadows want to score quick and move on with their lives. And the Bears, they're trying to prevent that at all costs.
Bacon losing control of that, but he's going to actually go upfield. He actually, I think, was going to look for that bump on Gitters if he tried to move, but Gitters didn't move at all. He stayed put and allowed Bacon to drive right past him, though. Gitters now looking for some bumps in front of the net as Ray Finkel now has to cross to go pick up that ball in the corner. X over to Bacon. The clear going to be going all the way down, actually. It's a very decent clear, but no follow-up just yet. Bacon has to wait for Gitters' hit to try and go for that shot. It's going to be nice and high. X managing to run Finkel. Ooh, he's coming from the ceiling. He gets the touch off the backboard. Bacon is going to be there. Gitters will be in front of that. It's a 50 into the corner. Very close opportunity there. That was almost the 1-2 punch they needed to tie it up, but Shadow stays patient on defense.
Ooh, that was almost a great shot by Ray. Shadow, they're being patient where they need to be, but they're starting to get more aggressive where they need to be too, which is a really great sign. They're starting to trust each other a little bit more now as X is trying to put this back through. The Bears on attack now. Ray is able to get that away from net. Bacon gonna go for the shot, gonna go wide. Gitters lets it go, and he's gonna handle this one. Be patient with it. X, great block. It's gonna roll down in front. Waterfall. Ray is back in time. Bacon trying to put this up the wall to himself. No, X isn't going to be there, and Gitters just has that one all day long off the backboard. And now the Shadow are on offense.
Bears, nice clear by X there. They're getting some movement. I mean, if you look at the stats right now at the mid-game, there's really not been a lot going on. Shadow only has one registered shot, 2 shots from Bears.
Demo!
And the third one is what they need, that demo coming in clutch to take out that final man, and that's tie game.
You know what? Sometimes you can't be patient. Sometimes you just have to go make a hole and then put the ball through it, and that's exactly what X did there. Bacon got a great pass to him as well. So the Bears tie it up here 1-1 just before halftime, and I want to see some more of that aggressive, bumping, physical style play from the Bears. It really seems to be breaking down the Shadow defense, who, as we've seen and as we've already noted, is improving in this game.
Now, ooh, oh no,
I believe I'm disconnected.
As am I, yeah. I was about to start calling it, and then everybody started driving in circles, and yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's no secret that Rocket League has been having server connection issues the entire night, so we'll have to see what we're going to do here. We're still waiting for official confirmation from the production side of things. But as I was saying, the Bears, they're looking like they are getting more aggressive on offense, which they definitely need to do. A patient play style is great to a point. You can't wait on the ball all the time. You can't hold back in midfield and then hope to get a counterattack goal from midfield. You can't do that, especially when the Shadow are so patient on defense. And we're seeing both the teams improve where they need to. And it just comes down to which team is going to actually adapt to the other the fastest. And I feel as though whoever wins this game is really going to have the most advantage going into the latter part of the series.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, it's been kind of interesting because what we've been seeing so far is that Shadow gets the aggression, they get that first goal, and then the Bears finally seem to catch back up, and they start getting some stuff. And you know, even before that goal from the Bears, it was very, very quiet on the field. There was only one real shot attempt that was registered, at least from Shadow. But then the Bears, you know, they had two. They had some momentum coming downfield, and they finally got that one in to tie it up. It's just been very, very slow, very methodical play, I think, from both teams. You know what I meant. So I think we got the lobby back up. So let's see.
Yeah, I think so.
What happens.
Yeah, bear with us, folks. Rocket League has been having issues with their servers the entire night. It's not just us having problems. Everybody's having problems. It's known about. They tweeted about it earlier. They're working on it. So just bear with us while we fight through these problems. But like I always say, it wouldn't be a night of Rocket League without some server problems. Am I right?
I think that's everybody's motto when we start doing Rocket League.
It's almost like a quirk at this point. It's an unplanned timeout, is what it is. There you go. It's an unplanned timeout. All right, we do have everybody getting back in the lobby now, so I believe we're going to actually start this game from the very beginning because of that disconnect. So, we're being told something else by our production crew, so I'm not sure what they're going to actually.
I think they're going to figure out what exactly we have to do because it was 2:18 left. It was a tie game.
So. I've seen this happen in other leagues. I'm not sure exactly what it is in the MLE rulebook. I would have to go look at it. But in other leagues, what happens here is the time will be run back down to the point that it disconnected, and the score will be sent down to the score that it was. And then the last person will score at that time that it disconnected, so we're basically restarting from a kickoff. Now, of course, we don't have RLCS admin privileges,
right.
So we can't just manually set that. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen here, but if that's the case, it might be a few minutes before we get back to you folks with the game. So it's all up in the air at this point. I have no clue.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm sorry?
We're being
restarting from scratch. All right.
There we go.
I heard him come in, and I just started talking. I had no idea what he said to me. So, all right. We had production talking us in the background. We are starting fresh. Game 2. You love to see it.
All right. Back up and running. Can we see the Shadow maybe get a little bit of a benefit from this as they look to be on the back foot a little bit there in that last game as the possession went on and on. So now they have the opportunity to be a little bit more aggressive once again. Ray is going to take a hold of this one off the wall. Drop down. Bacon. Nice clear. He's going to follow that one up. Gitters has a full boost here, being very patient on defense and goes for the block. It's a nice dunk there. 2v1 now. If Gitters can get over to Ray, this would be a really handy goal. Taking it over Bacon. Ooh. Bacon gets the touch. It's still in danger.
Nobody there, though.
No. Can't be that patient. Shadow breaking a little bit from their aggressive offensive style.
That was a really good push, too, and the save to pop it high could have actually been not a very good save at all. But speaking of not very good saves, wow, that was a quick ball. What happened?
The defense just broke down here. Gitters and Ray both made contact with that. I think Ray actually bounced it off of Gitters. One way or another, it pinched between the two and then rolled right back out to Bacon, and Gitters was not anywhere close to being able to make a save on that. So Bacon just took the free open net, and it's a 1-goal lead for the Bears. This one might be a comeback for the Shadow. Ray puts it below X, and we will see a tie game.
Oh, no. X comes onto the back wall here. He actually, I don't know if he touched it. If he did it, it was a very awkward touch, and then he realizes his mistake. He puts himself in an awkward spot on that back wall instead of coming down. Maybe he didn't have any boosts. I wasn't actually sitting on him to see that one. But tie game, you know, just how we left off. It was a tie game, which is kind of one of the better ways to start a new game. It was a whitewash anyway. But Bacon, right off the rip, going to put in a second one.
back and forth, back and forth. That wasn't a great touch by Gitters. He might have actually been better off either trying to control that ball on the wall or maybe retreating back and waiting for it to come off the wall and read it and control it that way, send it across the field. So not a great touch by Gitters there. And the Shadow defense kind of not being as patient as we've seen in the last, the game that doesn't exist.
Oh, it took me a second to get what you're talking about. You're talking about last game. I understand. Yeah.
Well, the 1.5 game, game 1.5. We'll call it that. Game 1.5. They're definitely not being as patient on defense as they were in game 1.5, but that's not necessarily such a bad thing. But they've got to make sure they're getting good touches and maintaining control of the ball.
The game that shall not be named. That's what it is.
Hey,
X coming off that side, gonna try and get it past Gitters, but nice patience on the defense once more. From Shadow, gonna get the clear. Bacon, though, might have the touches he needs. He's slowing it down, looking to get it past the defense, but he loses too much momentum on that push downfield. He's gonna lose possession to Gitters again. X has to come up from midfield and stop it, but Ray will take it from the corner here. Bacon, who I don't think Ray actually has any boost here. Or if he does, he has very, very little, but it doesn't matter. He's able to play it around. Oh.
He's actually on 80 boost. He was being very patient there, yeah. The Bears
he fooled me.
Might be feigning a little bit of a starvation here, maybe a bit of a bluff, trying to bait the Shadow into being over-aggressive, because we have seen the Bears, they've scored a couple times on those counterattacks, and they might try and rely on that strategy.
Yeah, that was
just
very...
like that.
Oh, no. Oh, you hate to see it. Bears up 3 now.
Gitters got greedy, thought he could beat Bacon to that one, not a chance. Great read by Bacon, and he just sends that one all the way across field into the goal. The globe shows up, and we are just before halftime with a 2-goal lead in favor of the Bears.
Well, I was about to... okay. You know what? I don't need to do any analysis now. It's fine. We're past it now. It's 4-1. I can't even. I'm mad. Too many goals.
Here? Oh,
he
missed.
Was
just slow on it. No, he was just slow on it.
Okay. Interesting. Well, we're getting close to halftime now. We're just going to ignore the play from earlier with the boost thing, because I was going to talk more about it. But every time I try and say something, the Bears just go ahead and throw another one to the back of the net. The demo going to come out. Oh, no. Is Bacon going to score another one? He is. That's 5.
Oh, man. Bacon dressing the Shadow down. And that was a ridiculous demo, too. Just puts it in. Bacon just dominating this game. The Shadow are just not able to even react to him. He has 5 goals. All 5 of his team's goals he has. And X has been a fantastic middle fielder as well. Just getting it to Bacon at every possible opportunity, going for demos, just disrupting the Shadow defense as much as possible. So the Bears really look to have it all figured out team-wise.
Yeah, Bears looking pretty in this game number 2, even with the reset from the game that shall not be named. They are coming in hot for this one. The Shadow really look a little shaken up on the field right now. They have such a big deficit to overcome. Gitters is going to try and do that as he goes up, and he's just a little bit too slow. Bacon will clear that one away. Finkel going to take that one from the side. X, nice clear. Going to actually look for the follow-up here as well, as Gitters grabs that boost, but it puts him in an awkward spot. I don't think Bacon is going to be ready, but it doesn't matter. Finkel is going to take possession here. At midfield, gets played a little bit by Bacon, who's not going to get that follow-up touch. X on defense, pops it high. Minute 24 left to go. That's going to be an opportunity. Finkel will get the clear away, and the demos come out once more for the Bears.
The Bears being very patient here, trying to bait the Shadow into a little bit of an aggressive touch. What a dunk by Bacon. Opportunity for X, but X is going to be a little bit slow getting there. Gitters is able to get out of the way. Bears just going to focus on the control here. I know they're not overeager to push anything too hard. They're probably just trying to play keep away here and run the clock down. They don't really need anything else, although Brazil would be fun to see.
Brazil would be nice to see. They need 2 more goals for that. They have some time, though I think they're just going to kind of let the clock run out a little bit. They haven't been overly aggressive in the Shadow, and Finkel going to try and put a second one away, but Bacon not going to allow him stay shadowed there in front of that ball. Ooh.
Can I just shout out here? Bacon has the most ridiculous aerial control for an academy league player that I have ever seen. Like he can carry that ball. He has full command of his car and the ball in the air at all times. So really great to see that at the academy league levels here.
Yeah, and he is one of the higher salaried players on the field right now. I mean, Gitters and Ray Finkel actually are as well, so they're all kind of at the same level as far as skill in terms of MMR goes. I'm air quoting, you can't see me right now, but I have a lot of air quotes going on for this stuff. So I mean, it's good to see that kind of stuff. You know, this is actually, funnily enough, the rank that I'm in. If I was playing MLE, I'm a Diamond 2-ish player, and I've seen players pull stuff off like this, and it's very, very possible for players with the skill level. I mean, it's Diamond 2 to Champ 1. Like, that's a very narrow scope, but it's also like where the majority, I feel like, of a lot of players can be in leagues like this.
It's that conversion point, you know. Diamond 2, it's like you still have some of the, well, Diamond 2 and 3, to be honest, you still have some of those like platinum habits. You haven't quite gotten up to the level of like champ 2 speed yet, and Champ 1, you know, you've probably gotten out of most of those really bad habits of like the platinum levels, but you still aren't quite up to the level that you need to be to play against some of those Champ League players. So this is actually a really great space for these players to be playing against each other in that Diamond 2 to Champ 1 range. So keep in mind, this is based on previous season's MMR distribution, not this season's. So, yeah, honestly, these two teams are actually pretty evenly matched in terms of salary from what I can see. It's just when it comes down to it, the Bears, they are playing better as a team.
Yeah, Bears just locking it down. Shadow, I'm not sure what's been going on, because, you know, we've talked about them being aggressive at the beginning, and they just seem to fall off the longer the match goes. They don't have the longevity of being out on the field. I'm not quite sure what it is that Shadow is doing that's not letting them. Maybe it's just they need to get better challenges at midfield or something. But the Bears have also been utilizing their demos incredibly well. They've been going for those aggressive plays, bumping the players, getting those big demos like Bacon. You saw him get that crazy demo. He whipped around real quick and scored another one in. I think Shadow need to try and utilize those aggressive plays more. They're getting some demos, but they're not really capitalizing. So maybe work together when you're moving down to get those plays and get the defenders out of the way. Ooh, so
nice
close.
Nice block by Bacon there to make sure that there was no second touch for the Shadow. But something else that I feel as though the Shadow are really getting killed by is they are being a little bit over-aggressive. We did say that their offense was really aggressively minded, and they really like double committing on, well, not double committing, but kind of like the aggressive posture upfield. But that's really hurt them a lot. They've scored, what, 3 counterattack goals for the Bears that have just been free. So they really can't do that. Gitters has taken a couple opportunities they really shouldn't. Ray has given the possession away a lot. So when it comes down to the Shadow, they have to be more mindful where their teammates are and exactly how much opportunity they do have on offense.
Good challenge by Ray there, but it's going to go over to the Bears. X actually throws a little bit high. Bacon not in the best position. He's going to try and keep it down into the Shadows half, but he will lose it to Ray, who's going to be coming out from his corner. A 50 going to bump the Shadow player out of the way, but X is going to miss that, unfortunately. Has to spin back around to try and get in front of it. Shadow, though, waiting. Gitter's actually lurking around midfield. Bacon picking possession back up for the Bears. Going to try and see if maybe he can wait out Gitters here. Ooh, he wanted to put that on the back wall, but Gitters fell right in front of it. The Shadow players just still holding off. I think this is the longest we've gone in a bit without seeing a goal, because the Shadow have definitely...
You know,
never mind.
You say that. No! Bacon! Not able to put it on target. X has an opportunity. Ray is able to get the block. Both the Shadow are up for this one. Ray wisely backs down, but now it's still the Bears that have full control of this. Never give it to Bacon in the air. Bacon trying to get it past Ray. Great 50. He has one more shot of this one, too. He's going to roll off ceiling. Takes it past Gitters. Pass down to X. Not there in time. And he'll wisely back off. I think, no, he's going to keep the pressure up here. Bacon still off the backboard, and that's going to be finished off by X finally after a huge amount of pressure.
The unrelenting power of the offensive push right there. So many shots put off the backboard, baiting and baiting and baiting those defenders out until they manage to put one in the bottom nice and low and to the outside. And that one's going to put some points on the board for Bears. Man, the casters, I was honestly trying to cast this cursor because I wanted somebody to score it. And just the fact that they missed so many times right there had my heart just going the entire time. But they managed to find one in the end. Halftime coming at you right now. Bears back on the attack. X going to look for a shot. He's going to be a little bit too mistimed on that one. It's going to be back into Gitters. but he's got to be careful because X, I think, is coming for him, but he's not going to get the demo. The carry across, and is that going to be Ray? And it is, and that's tie game.
Bacon almost got the save too, but Rakin, Bacon, Ray, you know what? I'm just gonna. Great shot.
You almost made me choke on my water geek. Rakin, that's beautiful. Rakin.
Now sponsored by Raycon.
MLE Esports brought to you by Raycon. Oh, and that's Bacon.
And that's Bacon.
He said, "Remember my name, Kiga."
Wakey, eggs and bakey, he says. He just puts it past them both. Although the accuracy is a little bit concerning, though, on the side of the Bears. We didn't see accuracy problems like this in the last 2 games, last 2.5 games, I should say, from the Bears. So that could be a problem indicative of worse things happening. I hope that Bacon can really bring that accuracy back down a little bit, really bring that ball control back down, too.
Gitter's going to be trying to come from the corner here off the backboard. Actually gets it around both players. X, actually, never mind. He didn't get it past X. I thought he did, but he did manage to get the touch there. He had Ray waiting just past the midfield line, but no connection yet for the Shadow as they're still on offense. Bacon gets a nice hit to cross it. Ray will have to come around and pick it up. Gitter's still lurking in the back. X has the clear. Is that on target again? And it is. Oh, Bears up at 3 now.
Yet another example of the Shadow getting a little bit over-aggressive. Ray is in no position to get back on this. He has no boost. Gitters comes up and challenges. He doesn't even go for the full challenge. He goes up, realizes he's not going to get the win, backs off, and at that point, if you're up that far, if you're boosting up to get there, you just go for it. Like at least then you have a chance of blocking out the shot. But if you're just going to go up there, then turn back around, realizing that you're not going to be able to have a chance at this one, you can't do that.
And just unfortunate pushes by Shadow, losing control again and again, and that's going to be an unfortunate own goal. Ray trying desperately to get control of that ball as he scrambled back to defense, but he ends up not being able to do so, and that's 4.
Yeah, so Ray, he tried for that one, just kind of one of those awkward touches by Bacon that he just was just there and present for, kind of psyched Ray out a little bit maybe. But no matter how you look at it, Bacon still got that goal. Nice save by Bacon. Beat Gitters there. Does he have another touch on this one? He has 0 boost. Ray doesn't know that, so he waits for him. Nice demo by X there to make sure the Gitters didn't get that shot. Now Ray is going to be forced to try and put this in himself.
Ray looking for it off the corner, but he's going to miss, and X now picking it up. He's going to actually get a little bit of a whiff. I thought he was going to have that push, but he spun a little bit under it. Didn't quite get the touch he's looking for. Now they're back on defense. Gitters will get this across. Finkel gonna be there, but it pops it off the backboard. Gitters will get that challenge, a very aggressive challenge again. He sees them taking advantage of it. He doesn't want to give them the space or the speed, so he just spins around real fast and manages to get in front of it. Ooh, the demo gonna come out. That might be enough. Ray gonna go for the shot. It's gonna be off the crossbar and away. So close. They may not have been able to catch up, but still a goal would have been helpful for their morale, and now time is getting away from them.
Yeah, and I get the feeling that this is going to be the end of the Shadows' hopes for playoffs here. They really needed to come out with at least a series win today, but now this is going to be series win in favor of the Bears. They take the first 3 games, and they have the series done. We do still play all 5 here, ladies and gentlemen, of course, on MLE Sports, but that still means that it's going to be a series win for the Bears. They have been dominant the entire season. They continue their dominance here. Bacon and X, they have everything all worked out. They look like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the stats, just overall stats for the league, if this is updated correctly, the Bears are 39-11 as far as games.
Yeah,
which is just dominant. It's a little ridiculous. The Shadows a little bit more reasonable, I think. They're very close. It's 26-24 is what I have on here. So. I mean,
that's an average of a 4-1 record for every single series that they've had up to this point.
Yeah,
and they're already up 3-0 here. I'm thinking that might end up continuing, but now the Shadow, they have nothing to lose. Might as well just go for broke here. I want to see what the Shadow are doing when they're not concerned about their win-loss.
Yeah, I want to see the Shadow just pop off, just go aggressive, go for those bumps. And we did say we don't want to see you be over-aggressive. You got to have calculated aggression. You want to make sure that you're putting those demos and bumps within your rotation. Don't go out of your way because that's just not going to help you. you're going to have issues just like you have been, where you're a little bit too far forward, you're out of position. Those balls are going to get around you. So make sure if you're going to do that, Shadow, you know what you're doing, and you put it in your rotation. And that maybe will help you later on, maybe for subsequent seasons. If you're able to put that together here when it doesn't matter so much, then you can get that mentality going forward.
I've said it a couple times over the course that I've been casting for MLE. In twos, it's all about risk versus reward, investment versus return. If you are going to put that second man up and commit him to a touch, you better be getting something good out of that touch, whether it be ball, like full ball control, or even a goal. But you better be getting something out of that second touch, otherwise you're going to get scored on. As we might see here, but Bacon, he's going to be merciful and taking up the wall. He's trying for highlight clips at this point. They know they have it, and he's not really taking this one seriously. Looks like he's going to get it down, but Gitter's demoed out X, so no return shot.
That was very nice control by Bacon. You spoke about it earlier where he's got incredible aerial control, and you saw it right there. He almost had the flick, and the 1-2-1 off the backboard is going to be Bears up by 1.
Yeah, the Bears are just kind of styling at this point. They feel good. They know they're going to playoffs at this point. Bacon puts that through, and that's going to be a goal up for the Bears. And the Shadow, I don't know if they're trying here. It looks like they might be, but I really want to see what they're going to do when they are really, really sweating it out.
Gitter's looking for a shot. It's going to be
nice.
Down and around and in. Wow.
This was actually a really great touch by Gitters. Goes up, brings this one down. Barely able to get it under the crossbar, but just enough that he puts that one completely out of reach of X. So that's going to be a tying goal for the Shadow at 420. And this game looking really good.
That's what my buddy and I call crossbar love. He got it just right to where it was just going to go underneath and around. That was some excellent placement there. Where that shot, Bacon looking for the clear here.
Oh, no,
okay,
Bacon.
he gets it, and he gets
All
the
right.
goal. Wow. I can't even talk very much because they're just scoring one after the other.
That was a ridiculous flick to get it over Ray. Ray probably should have fallen back there and maybe shadow defended a little bit, avoided that flick scenario, but Bacon sees him challenging, just flicks it over top of him, and there's nothing Ray can do at that point. Bears once again have control of the once again have control of this kickoff. Bacon just being an absolute heel in the side of the Shadow. Bacon gonna chip this one up. Ray is able to get up there and send it into the corner. Bacon gonna let it for X. X is gonna take control of this one. Gets it away from Ray. Both of these players on the Bears have fantastic ball control in the air. I gotta say that, and I really want to see what they're gonna do in playoffs.
Ray stopping that one as it crosses the midfield line. He gets it around Bacon. I don't know if he's going to have... no, he's going to back off. I thought maybe he's going to go for the challenge. Realizing he was probably going to get beat there on that wall, he wisely is going to back off. Leave it for Gitters to try and pick up off the clear. He's going to look for the pass towards center. Ray is a little bit too close, but he is going to throw it into the corner. Going to lose a little bit of possession here. Actually, never mind. Bacon didn't even go for it. He's going to be on the backboard, actually. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Out of boost for Ray, and that's going to be another goal for the Bears as they have a 2-goal lead. This is another example of when you just get a little bit too over-aggressive, a little bit too commit-happy, and Ray just doesn't have the boost to... barely doesn't have the boost to get up on to touch that ball. So that's a 2-goal lead for the Bears. And we still have another game of this to go. The Bears, even when they're kind of fooling around a little bit, they are dominant. Beacon. Oh, Bacon, yeah.
Beacon.
Almost able to put that win on the carry. Well defended. I told you that was happening. I see the BEA, and then I see the CON, and then I'm like, oh, Beacon. No.
Yeah, no, that's right. It's fine. I was going to say earlier that when you saw, who was it, Ray, who jumped for that and he was at a boost, that just made me think of Wile E. Coyote when he runs off the cliff and realizes that there's no ground under him and then he just falls. You could probably see it in his eyes of the egg of that car he's driving. He's just like, oh, I don't have the shot there, and it goes past it. But what a crazy defense right here from the Bears, just crossing back and forth, saving just about everything coming their way as they just stop Shadow.
And we haven't seen panic defense from them either. The Bears have been well composed on defense all the time. I've only seen them bunched up maybe twice that I can recall off the top of my head. I think I mentioned it once, but they are fairly free of mistakes on the defense, and that's really the marquee of a great team. As both of the Shadow commit there, the Bears were just plenty patient. Nax is like, yep, give this to me, and thank you very much. There we go.
Duh, Bears gonna get another one in. 4-1 now with 1:49 left in game 4. Shadow, man, I don't know. I mean, if I look at the stats, right, Shadow has a decent amount of shots. They just haven't really been able to get anything through the Bears, really. The Bears have just been controlling the pace, controlling the ball. They've just been doing pretty much whatever they want, as evidenced right there by Bacon. He almost fakes out one defender, but it's going to be Gitters for the big clear here. Trying to slow play it around the defense, I think, but X is not going to let him. The absolute mad lad just bullying him to take possession of that ball back. Just not going to let Shadow do anything at all on the field.
Yeah, the Bears are getting very aggressive on offense, which I really love to see. They're not over-aggressing, though. They're having one player commit, maybe a second player commit if they know that they can get an advantage from it. But they're playing basically textbook 2's offense, which I really like to see. X, see, look, he's going to commit on this. Dunks out Gitters, and he could commit on it because he knew that Bacon was going to be back in time. The Bears team, they trust each other fully. They know each other's capabilities. They know where each other are all the time, and they are ready to go for it. And they're just kind of fooling around here a little bit, but yeah, this Bears team is something to watch.
Now, the Bears are just monsters on the field. It shows why they are #1 right now in Academy League. Are they #1 anywhere else? I haven't looked at the other leagues yet, but at least as far as Academy goes, they're on top here. As X gonna try and put another one in. Oh my.
Well, X makes the Shadow defense X defense, and now it goes in the back. Yeah, I reached for that one. I'm just gonna stop.
When you try to make it fit, and it doesn't quite work out. 20 seconds left to go. The Bears up 5-1. They've already pretty much got the series in hand. They're just playing for stats now.
Yeah. Depending on how the Hawks series go this week, they could actually potentially clinch a first seed here. I know they're going to clinch a first or second seed here no matter what, but that's assuming that they win 5-0. If they take the sweep, they're absolutely going to stay above the Hawks for this week. If they take the sweep, they clinch a first or second seed. So they clinch a first-round bye if they win this next game. But I really would like to see what happens with the Hawks game as well, to see how they pull out. But you know the Bears, they're just pushing to try and get this 5th game. They want that first-round bye.
Yeah, even with Bacon having incredible ping, 168, they are just a powerhouse on the field. Not letting the Shadows do anything. Just 13 shots to 6. The Bears phenomenally on the field. Shadow, man, you know what? You've fought hard. Just go all out this last game. This is game 5. Just go. Just go. You know what to do.
Collect all the boost and go fast.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go fast. Channel your inner Sonic.
Absolutely. I mean, they're the wrong color on the field for that, but whatever, you know. So I really hope that the Shadow can really come out in Game 5 here and really show us what they can do. Give themselves something to hang their hat on, and give the Bears saying, it's like, we're not going to let you get that top seed so quickly. I really hope the Shadow can show us what they can do.
All right. Game 5 for these guys. We play out all games. For those of you who are new, I do see a few people who are saying they are new to the league. We play all 5 games and then use that to determine stats and things and standings. So this is game 5. The Bears.
It's more like a set of 5.
A set of 5. There you go.
Yeah.
Instead of a best of 5. Exactly. But anyway, Bears doing good.
Technically, we do count series wins. It's kind of like Major League Baseball, if you guys have ever watched that. You know how a team will come to a place for a set number of games, and it's considered a quote-unquote series. But yeah, anyway, back to the game. That was just a really unfortunate touch by the Shadow, and X just capitalizes.
He even, I think, actually got the flip reset on that ball when he jumped up for that. I think he landed just right. for it to get a flip reset, but it didn't matter. He got bumped out of the way. Still, though, the Bears are going to score and maybe get a second one. A little bit of mistiming by X. Now Bacon scrambling back. That's a little bit off target, so no worries for the Bears just yet. Gitters from midfield going to try and put one on, but X rotating around, grabs control. Gitters going to try and intercept him here, but X still has the follow-up. He's going to grab that boost. Now he's got Ray Finkel, who just got into net. It's going to be off the top corner. Nice catch by Gitters. Shadow trying to get some offensive pressure moving, but I think the Bears are going to have another one. No, Bacon mistimes it. He still manages to get back to it for the flick, but it's just misses that first attempt.
Bacon is one of the true standout talents at Academy League that I've seen this season. He has absolute dominance over the ball wherever he is. He has great control of his car, and I really can't wait to see what he does in Champ League next season, as I have no doubt he's going to get there, although that kickoff is definitely not encouraging. But Ray ends up scoring off the kickoff, so, I mean, everybody makes mistakes.
Oh, yeah, Bacon.
Yeah, Ray just got there quick.
Yeah, he got there a lot faster than Bacon, I think, was expecting. I'm actually checking out the stream to see it from Ray's perspective. Oh, yeah, he just goes for that flick, that jump there instead of for a little fast kickoff like Ray did, and Ray got there just a little bit before Bacon did. So that's going to be points on the board again for Shadow. The most I think they've had so far was in game one. Didn't they have 2 goals? And then they've really been locked to 1 goal almost every single game now. They haven't really gotten much more.
Wasn't it 2-2 in game 1.5?
No, it was 1-1.
Oh, it was 1-1?
Yeah,
okay.
We had just scored the tie goal, and they were back down to the Bears' end, and then we lost connection.
I thought Bacon was about to score that. I was about to be like, whoa! Okay. But the Bears are still pushing here. Gitters is going to try and take this one through. Gets it past X, going to try and cut it in, waiting a little bit too long, but that sets it up for Ray, who will put in the tying goal, 2-2 with 3:21 remaining.
There you go. This is what Shadow's got to do. Game 5, it doesn't really matter too much for them, and they're just going to go ahead and just fire shots towards the net. It's exactly what they should have been doing this whole time. They baited out both defenders, had Ray coming up in the back. That's it.
Yeah. X.
Ooh.
Oh, almost a great dunk there to put it on target, but it is going to go high. Ray misses that touch. I don't know what happened there. Bacon's going to just be like, thank you, I'll take this through, thank you. Gitters is forced to make a save in the back. He's going to carry this through himself. Not able to get it past X. X, great little block. And the Shadow, it does seem like they're trying to get it to each other, but they're playing more zone passes, and Ray capitalizes on a bit of a mistake by the Bears defense. But Shadow is playing more zone passes than direct.
Yeah, and this is just really just sticking to the ball. Shadows have that possession. They know that they have both Bears players in the corner. And you push it through, you bump a little bit, you get them a little bit messed up, and then Ray comes up at the right time to throw that one in. And now look at that. They're in the lead 3-2 over the Bears in Game 5 as we get close to halftime. X trying to keep possession. Gitters could have go for that demo, actually, but he's going to miss.
No way. No way. No way that worked. That worked.
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me? How did that pinch work?
Because they're the Bears, man. Why you got to question the Bears?
That barely went in.
Oh, that's cringe. That's cringe, Kika.
I know. I'm bad. I know.
Oh, man. That's great, though.
My puns are really cheesy. Bacon back passing it to X. X is on the wall, though. He's waiting for a touch here from Gitters. Gitters puts it on target. Bacon not able to get there in time, and neither is X on the wall. The lead retaken by the Shadow with 2:20.
That's a nice pass and shoot right there to get that one in. Shadow had good push downfield. The Bears, you know, they were pushed a little bit up, actually. Bacon was a little bit too far forward. He thought, I don't really know what he thought, because instead of going to the goal line, he was a little bit in front of it, and then he, like, half moved forward. Ooh, he's going for that demo to Gitters, though, right there. Oh, he made the last one. Oh, that's dirty. That's dirty. They're bullies on the field.
Watching Bacon play at the Academy League level is just a treat. Broke Ray right there and just takes it through. Bacon, he's got to be my MVP for the series here. He might end up being my MVP for the season, depending on how the rest of it goes in playoffs. But I can't wait to see what he's going to do at higher levels and even in playoffs for the remainder of the season. He's going to ship this one up to X. X, not entirely sure what he was going for there. I think this might end up being a goal here. Yes, it will. Ray is going to put it through, and the Shadow retake the lead.
I think the intention was for him to throw it out straight, but he came off a little bit too fast, put himself on the wrong side, and threw it backwards instead. Gave Shadow that opportunity. I mean, you know, the Bears, like we said, they're just trying to style. They're trying to do whatever they can, whatever they want with the ball, just to you know, put some more points on the board.
I thought X was going to be able to get that dunk, but not quite. Gitters, ooh, flicks over Bacon. Ray, shot, not able to get there as X, and Ray puts it through. That was a great little juke there by Gitters to get it past.
Yeah, Gitters just pops it around, just like we saw earlier with Bacon do to them. He bopped it around and basically played like the defense didn't even matter, played around him, and that's exactly what Shadow did there, and it got him through. They got another point. 6-4. This is the highest scoring game we've had from these guys for the series.
Yeah, although you know that the Bears might start getting serious here. They want this 5-0, and they're going to fight for it here, I think. Gitters, he has a chance here, puts it through, not able to get there as the last defender. The Shadow might end up taking this one. We still have a minute and a half left, so there's plenty of time, but they're definitely looking good this game.
Yeah, Shadow finally coming in for the pop-off, putting some points on the board. Now, just imagine if they could have done this earlier, how different the series would have looked. But, you know, at the end of the day, Shadow was just padding their stats. Gitters, what did you even do?
This was just an unfortunate touch here by Bacon. Instead of taking it across court, which he probably should have, he tries to chip it up, and Gitters just goes up and throws his body in front of it and dunks him out, and that's going to roll in. So up by 4 now are the Shadow with a minute and a half remaining. The Bears, you know they're going to be fighting for this back. X puts it through off the backboard. It's going to drop down. Nice little bump. Gitters, unfortunate, wrong place, wrong time, but it goes off to Ray. Ray now flicks it past one. Bacon's going to be back there in time to make a touch on this, so that's defended well. He's going to keep control of this one. Can't get it past Gitters. Great touch. X and Ray, 50. Ray beats him out. Bacon is back in time, so he puts it out now. The Shadow looking much better on offense. What we saw early in game number 1, we're seeing here late in game number 5.
Oh.
Okay. You know.
All right. You know, just Shadow things, apparently. Nice little double pop and a little bit of a fake underneath the defense, and that's another one on the board. 9-4, Shadow Man. You know you can't take your points and split them backwards to the other games, right? Like, you have 9 points right now. What is happening?
I mean, their goals per game are going to look kind of nice, but problem with that is a little bit too late on that. Gitters, another dunk.
This is a never-ending game.
The Shadow are just dismantling the Bears here in Game 5. The Bears already have the series, obviously, but I get the feeling we're going to end up going as a 4-1 here. And the Bears, I know they were looking for that 5-0 sweep, but they're not going to get it here. Both the Shadow at 5 goals, Gitters with an assist as well. Now, a question, who do you think is going to be the first Shadow to get the double hat trick?
Oh, man. Well, who's in the lead? Oh, they're tied. Oh, I see what you mean. I see.
Yeah.
Oh. They're tied on everything almost, except for assists. I would say maybe Ray, because Gitters has the more assists here. But it looks like I'm going to... Oh, no. Oh, he shanked it too high. Oh, that's unfortunate. We almost found out there. 14 seconds left. This is the final push here for Shadow to get that double, the sweet double hat trick. Oh, I couldn't think of the word. It eluded me. Oh, never mind.
Oh, what a Cookser pinch by Bacon.
That is nuts.
Was this intentional?
Bacon's
it was. Holy crap.
Bacon's a smurf. Get him out of here. Get him out. He's a smurf.
That was a calculated Cookser pinch at Academy League level. Bacon, you're a monster.
What a... I think Bacon's a little bit sus. I might need somebody to vote him out here.
Blue sus?
Imagine Cookser pinching in Academy League. That's...
Imagine, right?
Imagine. Nuts. 10-5 is the final score line here for game number 5. Shadow taking that one with 14 shots. Oh, man. They came out in game 5. What happened?
Where'd it go?
What happened?
Spider on my desk.
Oh, that would have been my reaction
was
as
running
well
across the screen.
if there was a spider on my desk. Yeah, I love your pose when we come back to cams. You're so ready, man, for that spider.
Okay.
You know what?
Let's wrap this up real quick so I can burn my house down. Shadow, great game 5 there. Bears just had him all the way through. I can't wait to see what the Bears can do in the playoffs and where the heck did that thing go. I mean, it pretty much says itself. The Bears had the Shadows number the entire series until that game 5 where they were just kind of memeing around a little bit. And the Shadow, they kind of went, they did that gotta go fast thing, which I would like to see more of from the Shadow in the future. But this win gives them something to hang their hat on.
Yeah, Shadow coming in just monstrous in the amount of points they were able to score. Bears, though, ultimately come out in the end, and they're going to be maintaining their spot so far. But we have one more match coming up for you guys. It's going to be the Outlaws versus the Sharks. We're going to take a short break here as Kiga hopefully finds the spider, and we'll be right back here on MLE.